Aloha and welcome to the Weekly Wellness Show, episode 7. So let's talk about something here. The subject of today is why now is the best time to lose weight and get healthy as much as possible. Okay. Now I think that for obvious reasons, we have the coronavirus, otherwise known as COVID-19. Okay. So let's think about this for a second. We could live in a state of fear, right? A state of anxiety and panic, and try to get all the worst food we can, the biggest canned goods and things like that. Or we could really start focusing on ourselves, and start losing the weight right now. Or eating foods that's gonna be more nutritious to us for our immune system, okay, for our well-being than anything else. So it was pretty interesting. One of my colleagues made the observation, and she's out of LA, that she goes to the grocery store and she sees all the fresh green, or not all the fresh greens, excuse me. She sees all the canned goods are just wiped clean. Like people went into a panic, like they got to have every can, whether it's good or bad for you, done. Well, guess what? There was plenty of fresh, green, and vibrant vegetables and good food along the aisles, on the outside of the aisles of the grocery store. So, while people were planning on, basically hoarding or, bum rushing the grocery store to get as much canned goods as possible, thinking that the next apocalypse is coming. Well, my particular doctor friend said, you know what? I think I'm just going to focus on my health right now and be as healthy as I possibly be, because it's going to get warm in a few months. And when was the last time you heard of a plague or a pandemic event happen when the weather's warm? And we're kind of seeing this right now in different places in the U.S., especially in Arizona. They're not really having any issues over there. I mean, they got a dry, or Nevada. I mean, I'm not hearing anything of anyone being infected. It's mostly areas where it's cold is where people are getting infected with, the coronavirus. So, for what it's worth, I think that what we have to do now is do what we can to feed our body healthy, nutritious food, okay, and not eat binge-worthy food, okay, because we're watching the news too much or whatever the latest movie is on Netflix, okay. So here's a couple of things. One is, the biggest thing that we're telling our patients right now is, if there's ever been a time for you to get healthy, now's the time. Because if you're so stressed out about everything that's going on, now's the time to talk to us and just get centered again. Get back to like, okay, what can I do? What do I have control of right now? Well, that's you. You have control of yourself. You have control of how do you want your life to be over the next few months here. And we have an amazing program where we could help you burn at least 20 to 30 pounds in less than 6 weeks. Okay, so right now we're at, what is it? It's March 12th, okay? And literally in a month and a half from now, it's gonna be May, almost summer. And that's when the weather's gonna start getting warmer globally, especially here in the United States. Beach weather's coming, bikini weather, whatever you wanna call it. And guess what? We tend to feel a lot better then. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if by May or mid-April, around May time, we're gonna hear a lot less about the coronavirus and the pandemic effects. And I'm doing this based on history, just based on history of what we've seen in the past, how through time, all these things usually approach us around the colder months. And then when it hits about May, June, it's pretty much gone, right? And by the time they find a vaccine for this, pandemic disease, well, it's already so far behind us, it's like, why even bother using it? Okay, it's almost like, well, you should have it just in case it comes back again. Well, it's gone. It's not coming back. So anyways, something to look at. So the biggest thing that I want you to get out of this video today is there's always something you can do to help yourself improve. So let's talk about some things like taking specific vitamins. I, for one, take vitamins that have been designed, manufactured based on my genetic blueprint, my DNA blueprint, okay? Excuse me. So I take those, I take about 10 capsules a day. And then I also, take some other things like some vitamin C, Manuka honey, things to just really help improve my immune system. So those are some other things we do. Try to stay away from the carbs, the grains, the breads, the pasta, the rice. Eat more vegetables, lean proteins, nutritious fruits. But most importantly, what I've been really taking on is drinking a lot of water, at least 8 to 10 cups a day. Because like anything, your body, needs to flush things out, right? And what's the best thing to flush toxins and sickness out of your body is hydration, water, okay? And if a lot of people just drank 8 to 10 cups of water a day, Tell you what, they'd have one of the healthiest immune systems ever because they're constantly washing it out. They're constantly washing these bugs out of their body and, right into the colon, okay? So those are some things you want to do too. Other things too, now's a good time to help transform your health and get this extra weight that you've had on for a while off of you, okay? And because here's the thing, when you get about a good 10, 15 pounds off your body that doesn't really need to be there anymore, you're gonna get amazing amounts of energy. You're gonna get a lot of energy, you're gonna feel good, you're not gonna feel that bloating anymore. Your pants are actually gonna, you'll be able to fit in them a lot nicer, it won't be such a struggle. You're not gonna be so tired or fatigued, you're not gonna have to think about maybe taking that afternoon nap, or maybe an early afternoon nap, or a late morning nap, whatever you may call it. And you're gonna have more vibrance to you. You're gonna wanna do more. Your brain's gonna fire better. You're gonna have more ideas. You're gonna actually become more attractive because you're attracting good things when you feel better and function better. So a lot of people kind of forget that. When we're doom and gloom, we're like, oh man, boy, this day's a struggle. Boy, it's hard to get out of bed. Wow, do I really want to go to work today? Boy, I'd really like to stay home and do nothing. Well, that's what happens. But when you have less of those toxins and that extra fat on your body in you, man, you're looking at things through a whole new different lens because you're gradually cleaning out the liver, which is a major filter of your body. You're also cleaning out your kidneys, so because you're urinating more and you're drinking more water. And most important, the small intestine or large intestine, the colon. You're feeding it things that it needs for you to have a healthy, well-functioning body. So there is an old saying, you are what you eat, but most importantly is you are whatever source of the food you buy from eats. So, hey, if you're eating from a cow, make sure the cow's from a grass-fed or nice pastured farm. If you're going to eat chicken, make sure it's not the kind of chicken that's been sitting in a barn all day, even though the vast majority of the chicken is. Stay away from corn. Corn is genetically modified in this country, and you don't really digest it anyways, if you know what I mean. And also, eat more healthy fats because your brain needs them. Hey, now's a great time to get some avocados in you. Have the egg with the yolk, okay? And by the way, one of the best ways to cook an egg is either to hard boil it or poach it, okay? It's a lot healthier to eat the full egg that way rather than scramble it or do anything else, excuse me. So some other things to think about too, again, outside of the water, your lean proteins, vegetables, even low glycemic fruits that don't emit a lot of sugar. Okay, we're coming up around May 15th. Certain fruits will be quote unquote in season, and when they're in season, they do emit a lot of sugar. Okay, so you want to be careful about those. But you can never go wrong with apples, oranges, berries of any kind, and just stick with the basics. Those are some of the best fruits you can put in your body that are filled with antioxidants. Antioxidants meaning things that help your immune system. Okay, so those are the things you want to consider. Outside of that too is sometimes you just got to take, some deep breaths, close your eyes for about a good 3 or 4 minutes, and just breathe deeply and exhale slowly. See how you feel. Take that on. Try it for a week. You'd be amazed how that just grounds you despite all the craziness that's going on around us right now. Sometimes we just need to take a few deep breaths and just shut the world out, okay? So take that on. And also too, get a massage. If you're under a lot of stress and tension, now's a good time to call that massage therapist, or what I have, the Massage Envy membership. Now's a good time to start using some of those massages maybe that you haven't used in a while, because when you're tense, now it's time to take care of you. If you don't take care of yourself, it's going to be very hard for you to take care of others, especially the ones you love or have the most responsibility to. So I go out of my way to make sure I'm taken care of. Actually, my wife and I, we're going to celebrate 12 years of marriage, and we're getting out of Dodge. We're going to go to the Hawaiian Islands, where I'm originally from, spend 7 days out there, enjoy each other's company, celebrate in a healthy way, and also just enjoy time away from work, okay? So you have that. Right now, there's a lot of people that are away from their workplace right now because of this coronavirus. So if you have some vacation time, now might be a great time to take that vacation, because the travel fares, they haven't been this low since I remember around 9/11, which things were pretty scary too. And I'm talking about travel within the United States here, and like I said, with Hawaii being one of the Hawaiian Islands, that's about as far as I'm going to go. So do what you got to do, be present, take care of your body, feed yourself good things, get some extra weight off that doesn't need to be there anymore. And that way, once the warm weather starts hitting us, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. But I couldn't emphasize more. If you're stressed out, if you're worried about things, if things just feel like they're getting out of control, look at your surroundings, look at who you're hanging out with. Stop watching the news. Your neighbors are going to tell you whatever's going to happen anyways. And most importantly, just focus on you. That's all that matters. Focus on you. Focus on your health and well-being. Eat good foods. Treat your body right. Talk to doctors like me that could help you, get centered and grounded. So that way, whatever you're putting in your body is only going to help fulfill and feed what your body truly needs. My father-in-law always told me, when you want to defeat the enemy, and he's a big World War I, World War II fan, he loves history. And he always told me, he goes, well, one of the best ways to beat the enemy back then was cut off the supply line. If they can't get ammunition, if they can't get food, chances are they're going to lose or they're going to die. Same thing with this virus. We keep feeding it and keep feeding it with all this media and all this craze and all this attention. I know people are scared right now, but think about this. Feed yourself the good stuff first, and then see how your body responds to things. Take advantage of what's going on right now with all this panic. Start planning things where you want to get away for maybe a weekend or so, or look at the deals that are out there. Now's a great time more than any to take a little vacation, because that's what I'm going to do next week. So anyways, I hope you found this helpful. Again, take care of yourself. And another thing too, remember, the body always wants to heal, okay? It always does. Anyways, aloha, mahalo, and we'll see you next week. Take care.